Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Oh God Yes with 962 rating versus Stardust 01 with 939 ratings, so it's going to be another high rated DB video, and with that being said, let's hop right in. We're going to go ahead and see Oh God Yes win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and they'll go first, 43 versus 40. Opening hands, we have Fallen of Albaz, Jester, Opening, Temple, and Imperm. So this is like exactly what you want to open. Branded Opening plus Temple, that's like the combo. Because it can be really bad. Like if Opening wasn't in this hand was just horrible because they'd have to decide between Temple or Jester if they want to, because they can't activate right at the same turn that you normal summon and use the effects. So, like it gets really difficult. But yeah, they open good. Then they have Kit, Branded Lost, Fallen of Albaz, Branded Opening, and Prosperity. So we are going to see a Despia mirror match here. Some of you might not know what these two cards do. Kit can special summon itself out if you have a fusion on the field or in the graveyard that has Fallen of Albaz in the name. But its other effect is when it's normal summon or special summon, you can go search a branded spell or trap that's banished in your deck or graveyard, and then place one card from your hand to the bottom of the deck, kind of like a Tri-Brigade. You know, it's got Kit in the name. And then they have Branded Loss is another card that a lot of people probably won't know. Its first effect is actually just Meltdown. Like, this is just what Meltdown says. And then the rest of it is if you fusion summon a fusion monster, you can add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it from the deck to the hand, and you can only use that second effect of it once per turn. So, starting off now. You see them? They went standby phase, main phase, shuffle the hand, enter draw phase again. They said, hold on. Let me go back real quick. I messed up. Then they're going to go summon out Jester effect to go search, and then that's going to go search Branded Fusion. Now, activate Temple effect, banish itself, go search outright, and then activate right, special summon out the token. They both opened up Fallen of Albaz too, which is kind of wild. And then activate Fateful Effect to go search Griffin. And then discard Fallen of Albaz. Oh, so they're just playing two of it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, yeah. It's kind of like with Garnet a long time ago, where people were like, I don't want to draw this card. Because, like, if I draw it, it's bad. I need one in deck. So let's play two. Right? Like, I don't know. I feel like that same thing will probably happen where people start playing one of those. Then they're going to Griffin special summon itself out. Especially in like this build, this card becomes a lot worse too, because you can't like normal summon it and use the effect under right. Otherwise, that's like another push you can do. And then activate Branded Fusion. I still don't know how I feel about this deck. I think the deck right now is bad, but so I'm going to let somebody else try to break the deck, because from what I've seen, the deck is horrible. Really, really, really bad. But I'll let other people try to see what they can do with it. So they're going to activate Lullaby and Tragedy. So that's going to go ahead. They're going to get the search off of Tragedy and then put back and make Mirror Jade. And then Draco back, affect the re-equip. Set Imperm, End Phase, Mirror Jade. That's going to dump Abalon. And then banish Jester, Abalon effect. And then Abalon's going to go set up Branded in red. Then pass turn. Draw Kit. Play multiple kits. Okay. Interesting. Activate Branded Opening. And then that will go ahead. Discard Kit, special summon out the Jester, and then Jester effect. They're going to chain Imperm to shut that down. Everyone calls this card Aluber. I probably need to learn how to like actually say that name instead of just calling it Jester. And then they're going to activate Brand. Yeah, see, I said a lot of people probably don't know what this card does. It's the mirror match, and they have to say read. So they're going to activate the Branded in red, which they have not resolved correctly. There's no way. It's not just poly. You add back. That's like Tragedy, follow up, good. Probably not follow up here since they've gone through 2 Jester, but free card. You get to keep Jester in hand. Follow up. So they forgot to do that here. Don't forget to do that. Also, how? Huh? They just pop 2 and drew 2. They don't know the deck at all. Because, like, this card can only ever pop 2, draw 1, or draw 2, pop 1. So, like, that's just wrong. Just 1 Albert State. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you need to add a Despia from graveyard to hand. I don't think you did. That is correct. Yeah, Tragedy changes my banish. So they're going to keep Jester, but banish the Tragedy instead. And now they're going to get Tragedy effect to go search out Comedy. You'll start seeing this as a one of. You could see this because there's like a couple different ways to play the Despia package. Like, there's the super small package, and then there's like the super small package, but like with 1 Comedy, because Comedy helps play through Imperm. And there's like big packages that you can play. Then activate Prosperity. All I know is the super small package, and then the small package with Comedy is probably just not the way. Like I said, I tried playing it, and it's just like not great. They're going to grab Super Poly and then put back. After res you have priority, so anything. They said nope. Then they're going to Mirror Jade effect. So Mirror Jade's going to dump Abalon. Think on the banish. Yeah, it's just banish Jester. And they admit defeat. They said too much recovery for you. And they just go ahead and admit defeat there. So going on to the next game, we're going to see Stardust 01 go first. Opening hands, we have Branded Opening. See, they're making the deck look good. It doesn't draw like... I swear the deck doesn't draw like this. I swear. Every hand, like... If you have Opening or Fusion, that's nice. But, like, if it's just Temple and Jester, you actually just lose to Imperm, or you just lose to Ash, or you just lose to, like, any hand trap ever in the game. Then they have Kit, they have Abalon, the Shrouded Dragon, Tragedy, Prosperity, and Super Poly. Play this, too? How many going second cards do they play? They're going to banish Glory, Linkuriboh, Anaconda. And then look at the top 3. Grab Branded Fusion. And then go ahead and put those back to the bottom of the deck. Activate Branded Fusion. So Branded Fusion is going to dump Tragedy and Fawn of Albaz. Special summon out Lullaby. And then Lullaby effect and Tragedy effect. Now this is going to be hit with Imperm. This is why like Comedy is pretty nice. It really depends on like the scenario. And then summon Jester effect. Go grab Branded in red. And then activate Kit, special summon out. And then Kit effect to go search Branded Lost, because this can search any branded spell. Yep, any branded spell or trap. And then put back Shrouded. Activate, set, pass, draw Adlib. Activate Opening, get rid of Temple, special out Jester, or Aluber, and then Aluber effect. Go grab Branded in red, or Branded Fusion. God, it's so hard to learn these new names. Temple effect, banish and go search. I mean, they're pretty easy names though. It's probably because I just messed them all up, but feel like I sound right. Sounds okay. So bring out Token, bring out Fateful on resolution, activate the Branded in red. So target Tragedy, that'll add back Tragedy, and then they're going to fusion off into a Guardian Chimera. And now a bunch of effects are going to activate. Tragedy goes search, Branded Lost will go search. Just to check, fusion summon. Alright, just want to see if that was like mandatory or not. And then this will go ahead, pop Fateful in the token, and draw one. Draws Branded Opening. Now, Guardian Chimera drawing in the hand traps, insane. It's actually just so clean. It's like end phase pranks drawn into a hand trap. It's just so good. They're going to dump Tragedy and Fawn of Albaz, summon out Lullaby, and then Lullaby, Tragedy. They have to discard for cost. And then go grab Comedy off of Tragedy, and then fusion off, putting those back, go into Mirror Jade. Then on summon Mirror Jade effect. So This will banish. Banish Lullaby. And then they're going to activate Super Poly right after. Discard, get rid of those. Go for Quaddle. And then they can just use this effect, right? Or does it have to be destroyed? I don't think it does. Yeah, this fusion summon card and its owners leaves the field because of an opponent's card. Yep, you can go ahead and destroy. Also, a lot of people were asking in the last video I posted, and they were like, why doesn't Mirror Jade get its effect if it's bounced? Like, if it's bounced to the Estrex, why doesn't it get its effect? It's leaving the field. But it can't activate because how are you supposed to, like, read the effect? It's gone. It's just gone. Just think of it like that. If it gets bounced to, like, a private knowledge spot, it's gone. No effect. So, that's good to know. Or, like, bounce back to the extra deck. Like, it's just gone. Never gain the effect. Same thing with, like, Ab-Zero. Branded in red. Hold on. They just activated it. Return Adlib. Realized they didn't want Adlib. Grab Tragedy. So, grab Tragedy. They're going to use all three. You can't go for Chimera. Yep. You have to use at least one on field. One from hand. You have to use... Yeah, you have to be able to do 2-1. So they're going to get rid of those. Go for Quaddle. And then just pass. Yeah, Quaddle pass. Not very good. They probably shouldn't have done the branded in red then. End phase, they can go ahead set branded in red. I guess this is I guess it's actually fair to do this. Pass, draw Bell. So they decided to not use this. Is it because of this, how it can go summon a Despia or search a Despia or Fawn of Albaz? Maybe that's what they were scared of. Maybe they just honestly, they just forgot this had an effect. I'm going to be honest. There's no way they remembered that. They'd be able to protect anyways with this. But, oh, and that Bell shuts down Brandon in reds. So that's crazy. Mirror Jade on end phase. This has to, yeah. So, you gotta activate it, but there, yeah, like I said, branded opening just protects. So, they're gonna activate Shrouded, dump. Now, I do know what this card does. This card says, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated that includes an effect of special summon a monster or monsters, you can return to the Estrex one face-up fusion monster you control, or 2 fusion monsters in your graveyard that mention Fallen of Albaz as material, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Next effect. You can banish this card from the graveyard, target 1 branded spawn trap card in your graveyard, except for the branded trap this card, but you probably wouldn't never play one of this, but let alone 2. And then you can add it to hand. You can only use one of those effects per turn, just like Crescendo. So they're going to get to put that back, and then draw kit, and then banish to add back. And we are going to see them admit defeat, so moving on into game 3. We are going to see them go first. We have Brandon in red, Ash, Brandon in red, Ash, draw. Okay, that. So I wanted a hand from, like, oh god, yes. That was, like, fair enough. Like, going for, like Temple opening is, like, unrealistic every hand. But this is also, like, unrealistic. Like, it's not, like, just one Jester. That's all I want. Just one Jester, some hand traps, fine. Now they have Tragedy, Bell, Ash, Super Poly. Wow, they both open poor. Draw Ash. Can they do anything with this right now? I mean, they might. So you can get a draw. They're going to dump Branded Fusion, put back, draw on the Fawn of Albaz, and then draw on Lockbird. Then they're going to set Tragedy, set Super Poly, which means if the opponent does anything, they can Super Poly off, get to their engine very well. Next turn, worst comes to worst, they can just summon Fallen of Albaz, try to go away. That's only, like, if they try to play. I mean, I guess you can normal summon Fallen of Albaz and, like, Super Poly's away. Because this can't Super Poly with your other monsters, right? Including this card, you cannot use other monsters you control as fusion material. Yeah. So, Prosperity, cool. But this is going to get hit with Ash Blossom. Wow, they actually gave it the thumbs up. So, like, here's my thought process, right? If my opponent goes first and they just pass turn, and then next turn they activate Prosperity, you gotta think to yourself, what are the odds that Prosperity is the top deck? And then you're like, oh, 100%. Because otherwise they for sure would have tried to play last turn, right? And you're like, oh, so if they didn't play last turn, and they just top decked a playable card, I should probably stop that only playable card. I guess maybe they're like, oh, if they play, then we can play. We could Ash. Maybe. I don't know. Also, the relinquished animal is not very good. I know it's cool that if you have like Tragedy and Branded in red, you can actually like start making plays, but you don't really need relinquished animal. I don't think it ever really comes up. I think just probably just other stuff to play in the extra deck. For sure. Look at the top 6, and then they're going to grab the branded opening, put those back. So they're going to let this go through. Yeah, just letting them commit so that way they can super poly. Letting that search for the branded fusion, activate branded fusion, chain Ash Blossom to shut that down. And then normal summon Ash. They can't do this. Branded fusion. It's like Red Eyes fusion. You cannot special monsters from the extra deck except for fusion monsters. The turn you activate this card. Its activation wasn't negated. Ash negates effects. So it can't go for Anaconda. It said sec on summon of Anaconda. Okay, that at least they're not getting punished. How can't use face downs? Yeah, you can. Pretty sure you can't, but they can. Pretty well known ruling. I need to know. I mean, it's like Shaddoll fusion. You could just look up like Shaddoll Falco. I don't know it because I never draw super poly like everyone else does. You can't, but you can. Your ruling, you just linked this for the opponent. Okay. Whoa, they're just saying so much. Yeah, wait, you're hopeless. Not, not discussing it with you anymore. I have heard you are a problem player here. Said, lol, I'm not. You just saying anything. You don't understand basic Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so if I'm right, you don't know basic Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, man. It's like Stardust is just 100% correct. Huh? Oh, okay. Wow, they're just saying some wild stuff right now. You were garbage. I will wait. You're just mad because you're losing. Unpause the game. I asked, you're right. Whoa, guess you don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't. Fair enough, but go for Quaddle. And then Tragedy effect to try to go search. That goes through. Grab Jester. And then just passes turn. And they draw into a Gamma. And then activate Tragedy. That's going to banish itself and get to the branded fusion. And then activate branded fusion, chain Ash Blossom. Normal summon out Jester. Jester effect to go search. So that's going to go grab branded fusion for follow up. Switch to attack. Battle phase. Attack here. Taking away a good amount of life points. The opponent also doesn't really have anything here. They draw on the Comet D. Okay, they can activate branded in red on Jester. Make nothing that matters, right? Well, because this has to be sent by a card effect. Opponent's card effect. So it can't be like by battle. You can't crash and then Jester, grab fusion. So this is, I mean, you can also just activate branded in red, add back Jester, normal summon Jester, effect, go grab fusion. Don't use the fusion effect, like don't fusion with the branded in red. Huh. I mean, it's gonna get stopped by Bell, so like activate Bell game. GG. Okay, they also do not realize that Brandon Red does not have the fusion. Otherwise, they could activate, grab Jester, summon, grab fusion, combo off. Also being protected because they have comedy. Oh, and they also banished their Quaddle earlier. And this is a one of. This is also a one of. Like, this, like, Masquerade was, like, the Despia deck. Like, right now, well, I guess not right now, because, like, now this stuff's actually out. But, like, a week ago, this was the deck. And now, I feel like you just, like, rarely ever make this card. Like, there's some lines where you can go for it, and it puts your opponent, I forget the lines. It puts your opponent on, they can only activate one card, I'm pretty sure. There's also lines with, like, Ash, which, like, Ash seems really bad in the deck, because, like, it's never really going to come up. I guess you can send in someone Fallen of Albaz at end phase and Fallen of Albaz to super poly away a field, but it's really just here because, like, you can summon it and go for game. But, yeah. It's not too much more about this. We did see these players make a lot of mistakes. But the deck is extremely new. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh god, yes, it's just a horrible Yu-Gi-Oh player because they played bad this one match. I mean, they played really bad this one match, but happens. New cards is DB. You know, it's not like a tournament. They didn't know this was going to go up on the channel, but yeah, Brandon and Red doesn't have to fusion away. That's something you should know. That's like something big. Also, branded opening, I said in the one video where I said they used the first effect to summon, so now they can't use the second effect to protect, but I was wrong. It's you can use both effects in one turn, so you can summon and protect, and like, I'm okay with being wrong, because now I learned something. I didn't realize that. I thought it was the other way around. And also, no one corrected me in the wager I posted like a month ago, because I talked about it and why I needed to use opening in the end phase, so that way I could use the protect effect on my opponent's turn. So thank you, but it's good to know. It's good to know, though. And seeing how long the match was, well, I guess it was, we can go before the judge call. Okay, so it was about 25 minutes long. And with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.